Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play. This time it's of the House of Da Vinci VR. Yes, a VR port of a part of the House of Da Vinci series by Blue Brain Games. And the first thing we're going to do after the title screen is duck back into my settings. And get rid of that. Here we go. We have to create a profile. And in the time-honored tradition, this won't come up anywhere, but again, it's tradition. Now we can play. First, I always check my options. Yes, I am right-handed. Yes, I do want this in English. Advanced options. There. Okay, whatever. And now we can start the game. The puzzle cube is our loading icon. There we go. Picturesque city. Florence, 1506. Good thing it said Florence, because with that canal, I'd have thought Venice. And level 1 is mainly a tutorial level. Standard stuff: to turn, use the thumbstick to the side. To recenter, click and hold the recenter button. Yes, I know how to use VR. To move, press the thumbstick forward. Note, there is no smooth locomotion in this game. You must teleport. That's your only option. It does, though, however, limit the possibility space. But it does hinder walking around and looking at the scenery. I recognize the symbol of on the fabric. I've seen it in the master's workshop. I assume it's here for a reason. I should probably take a closer look around. And yes, for a game that came out in the 2020s, or at least this remake came out in the 2020s, there is no speech. Dismiss that. To grab an object, you use the grab button, and then you can interact with it, such as pulling this handle and opening this little door. If the hand approaches an object and raises its index finger, you can use it to press or move the object directly. And we have part 1. Match that animal and then press the button under it. It's not a direct match. If I remember right, it's this one, and this one. No. Maybe that one, and that one. Yes. Part 2. Find the one that matches that symbol the best, and then follow this pattern. It's nice that they do stay in when you find the right ones. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, I believe that's the monkey there, so follow the pattern shown. Come on, stay in. Item pickup. Approaching an item and pressing grab will take the item. Releasing the button will place the item in your inventory. And take you. Add to inventory. And I can take you. It'll turn around. Pressing the button, it says the button, but it's look at the picture. A will bring up your inventory, which appears as this little ring in your hand, your nicely gloved hand. Pressing A will bring up this ring. Hitting A again will cycle through if you have multiple inventory items. Hit the grab button to actually grab it. And let's see, it probably wants the green one down here. And the red one there. Something else to take. It looks like a seal, but the symbol on it is unusual. It looks like a part of some mechanism. I'll probably need to use it later. Hints. If you're unsure how to proceed, you can use a hint that will nudge you in the right direction to progress. You can hold the button to review another level of the hint, and the hint button is B. And this is so going to mess me up because the previous game I played, B was inventory. This time A is inventory and B is hint. You must take this hint for the game to progress. And then we see this man here, this guard. We'll go up to him. Rather the silent type, but he's expecting us to give him something. Well, the only thing in our inventory is that medallion thing that we just picked up. Let's try offering it to him. He takes it, and he gives us this instead. It's a box. Item adjustment. You can interact with red outlined items when you are holding them. You need to use the item in one hand and use the other to adjust it. See if I let it go into inventory. And then I can take it out of inventory. Notice it's glowing red. I'll take it. And you can kind of see this. There's a track here. I can slide this as he's getting curious that I'm taking so long. In the box, I get what looks like the bow of a key. Dear friend, I am sending this message to you through a trustworthy messenger. As events of the recent days do not allow me to meet you personally. For a long time, I have been working on an extraordinary invention. It is so significant that it goes beyond everything I created before. On the one hand, the machine fills me with pride, but I am also fearful lest the invention fall into the wrong hands. This is the reason why the entrances to my house are well secured. This is my plea to you. Gain entry to my library, where you will learn more. Leonardo da Vinci. And what are the odds that this is Da Vinci's house? And the library, he must have learned something from Atris. This is kind of really our first real puzzle to ourselves. See, pulling this handle doesn't really accomplish anything. What you need to do is grab this, pull it down, set the it forms that pentagon shape so the centerpiece can come through. Hold that there, and when it's at the centerpiece can come through when you pull this. If you do it right, it'll jump out at you. The bell will ring, and you get the wording of a key. And then it says that you can combine things. So I'll take the bow in this hand, and if I push them together, they should combine. Item completed. Now I have the full key. Now I go over to, I guess, the mailbox. And you'll learn in this game that nothing can be over complicated enough. Open the mailbox. Slide the dust cover over. Get our key out of inventory and start it in and turn. And that'll open up the top, and we can take this fleur de lis decoration out, which causes an explosion in the steeple. And is that Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine? It looks like he's going to his house. What on earth happened at Badia Fiorentina? The debris from the explosion might have hit the master's house. I hope no one was injured. I need to get to the door and get inside. Yes, let's. Now we can go back to the door. And you notice that the door knocker is clamped into place. But if we take this decoration, that will unclamp the door knocker, and 2 knocks ought to do it. Then you do have to use your hand to push it. And you do have to hold the grip button while you push the door, also unlike the prior game I played. And just go up the stairs to end the street chapter or the tutorial chapter. At the end of each chapter, the game will time you. We are not going for any speedrun strats here, but we'll time you. And since that chapter was so short as being the tutorial, let's go on to the next one. Let's see what room we just entered at the top of the stairs. This must be the library he spoke about in his letter. We should check our inventory. Nothing. Even the box we had is gone. Let's start at this tall column in the middle of the room. These are scrolls, but this scroll has this disc attached to the bottom that we can take. You now find yourself in a library that, with its solid walls, protects the wisdom gathered here for centuries. I am being pursued by dangerous people. This is the only place where I am able to find peace and inspiration. This room also hides a passage to my workshop. which is known to no one besides myself. In order to discover the way into the workshop, you have to use your astute mind. Somewhere in here, I've hidden another invention that will help you find your way further. Never forget, the one tool that best allows people to understand the world is the accuracy, consistency, and precision of their observations. Leonardo da Vinci. And when you release the scroll, it'll go back on its stand. Now let's look at this bust over here. The first thing, this kind of looks wrong. It looks like it's broken up, so let's put it back together. We have this crank handle. Let's crank it about halfway. You see his ears missing. It has a cross-shaped slot. And that has a cross-shaped design, but the game's not accepting it. But notice it was in red. Use our index finger. Spin that around, and now the center part extends. And now I can slide it in there. And that will open up the back of his head. Gruesome. Let's turn this around for a better view. I see what this I have to do. There are 3 slots at the top. Blue, green, and red. And 3 gems. Blue, green, and red. But the blue gems in the red slot, I can rotate the centerpiece. First, let's move you where you belong. Yes, so the game can be finicky. I have managed to get the under 2 hour trophy. There's also a trophy for under 1 hour, which would really require speedrun strats, made further complicated by sometimes how finicky the game can be. And that gives us this. Let's see if that can be moved. It can't. So I mean, it has to go all the way before you can put that in. Give this a turn. That doesn't look pleasant. Why did Master Leonardo build this mechanism into the pedestal of the bust? Why? Oh. And you see the palm print. Put our gloved hand in there. Instead, put our gloved hand in there. Ow! The master's device attached a switch to my wrist. I should try it out. Yes, we have some bizarre addition to our glove and a switch. As the game suggests, let's see what it does. However, this mode is time limited. You can extend the time limit by sliding the switch on your wrist. And what is this mode? Expanded vision mode. Oh, one of these. In this mode, your gloves give you the ability to control hidden devices. Use the gears to open the door and take the item hidden behind it. Yes, remember that was a solid plate, but now I can slide the gear down And turn it to open that door. Slide that gear down. Open that door. Now I can grab this little piece of bent wire. Let's go over to this box. And you might notice that piece stood out. See, you can't slide it back. Once you've solved something, you can't unsolve it. But that did look a little bit different. And I can stick that in like a key. Turn it. And what do I get for my trouble? I get, I think, another missing part of the bust. Let's spin him around. Yes. T-shaped connector. T-shaped connector. For some reason, that opens his mouth and his eyes light up, and I can take this little wooden rose with a little square notch. Let's go back to the pedestal. Little square peg. Little square peg. And all the sides have opened. This is a slider track puzzle, and I kind of think this is nice and clever. You have limited visibility of what's ahead. So you only see what's in your immediate surroundings. Come on, up. There is clearly a path up. Parts are missing. And no matter what I do, that's not going down there. But in this case, these can slide over. Okay. I need to slide those over. That needs to... Here, that can slide over. Yeah, that should do it. Side 3. The ones that are disc, you can, or round, you can rotate. I said you can rotate. And for the fourth part, let's put it all together. You only slide it when it's face up. Finishing all four sides. That falls off and you can take it So they get, but you get this key. Note key. What can I do with it with a key? There's a keyhole in the top of this thing. Let's turn it. It opens up. And I get this centerpiece. Back to our lowered pedestal. That's not quite right. Spin the jewel inlay. And now you get this pleasing shape. And that does match the indentation. And that opens up the table. Now what we have here is a light redirection puzzle. And that allows you to these handles rotate the puzzle. This knob allows you to move the beam. Okay, hit that mirror. We're not to that one yet, so go that way. Come on. Redirect you. Go back this way. Straight up's not gonna work. But what else can I bounce this off of to? That's the thing you can't hardly see. Is there's a mirror there that will. Now we direct this into the big lens. And say we direct this into the big lens. And notice the spotlight on that corner of the room. If I had looked up, you could actually see the spotlight move while this turned. And we have a new location. And a book sticking out. Well, anybody who's watched any kind of creepy mansion knows you either pull the book or push the book. Ew. Another one of these. The same mechanism as in the bust. What if I grab it with the other hand now? Here we go. Ow! View into the past. In expanded vision mode, you now also gain the ability to see into the past. Switch to this mode now. It seems like there's a figure standing next to the lamp. I should take a look in that direction. That's definitely Master Leonardo, and it seems that he was here quite recently. I wonder what he was doing here. Rewinding the scene. You can move the past scene forward and backwards by using the dial on your wrist, which extends when you get near it. Let's see, he was walking over there. He was suspiciously checking behind him. He did something, and then a secret door opened. This scene is probably showing me something important. I should look at it from another angle as well. Another new location. And if I rewind the scene, you can see he pushed on that panel. And if I push on that panel, the door opens. And going through the door ends the chapter. Well, he did say that there was a secret passage to his workshop. That's probably what's in the next chapter. 16 minutes. We're up to 27. Should I push it for one more chapter? Let's push it for one more chapter. Just one more chapter, Dad. We start out. Ah, yes, this must be the workshop. And the only place we can go is this contraption here on the table. It's currently locked into place, probably by that clamp that's key locked. But, as usual, we should start with by reading the scroll. Welcome to the place where the ingenious combat machines for the Duke of Romagna were created. The catapult, the siege tower, machines that can effectively fight during an assault while providing protection for the soldiers and machine operators within. I wanted to meet you here, but some suspicious sounds warned me away. I have no choice. I must see for myself what it was. This place must be kept secret at all cost. Until I return, look around the workshop. I am most curious to hear what you will say about some of my works. Leonardo da Vinci. Well, I started off the soldier on top of the toy soldier on top of the model war machine. You'll notice the red lines do not line up. Let's try moving him so that they do. Come on. He raises his battle flag. Now, he's unprotected on this side, so let's raise the rest of his protection, his fence. And for that effort, I get this. Okay. Now, what do we do with that? Well, since we don't have free move, it has to be somewhere invisible. And indeed, there's a square shaped insert and a square shaped peg on the back. Add that to our machine, and that drops down. That's not doing anything. That's locked in place. Let's try pulling this catapult arm down. That is now locked into place. Some spring work engaged. Now let's try moving our new knob. That drops a rock onto the spoon. And now we pull the big launch lever. Direct hit on that lamp. Fancy way to turn on a lamp, if you ask me. Let's go to this nice big fancy globe. On top of the globe, you can see some movable wheels, and so let's get all the floor delices the same color from top to bottom. That opens up, and that gives us this. You might wonder what to do with that. Let's try this knob here. Doesn't appear to be doing much of anything for us. Maybe there's a hidden latch. No, that's not time for you yet. I could have sworn that that's the next part. To open the globe. I think we go back here. Because there's nothing to do here. Oh, that was it. You just have to lift up. And you might try inserting your fancy doodad, but it won't accept it. If you notice, the keyhole looks kind of wrong, kind of like it's blocked. Grab a hold of this. Rotate that around so it all lines up. Now let's try it. Now we can grab the handles and open our globe. And when us to look at that part of the globe for some reason. And in it, there's like a cryptex. Got to make a word. Luckily, only two parts of the word, but it would be nice to know what the word is. Let's see if our friend Leonardo can help. He went to the cabinet. The three words, Sidus Lapis Ignis. Sidus Lapis Ignis. To our globe. And this looks to be the bottom ring. The bottom ring was Ignis, if I remember right. It'll turn. This time, there's an aperture over our viewing window. No problem, let's just open it. Going to go to alternate reality view. I believe the middle one was Lapis. Lapus. Maybe Cygnus. And let's go back. Lapis and Sidus. I've tried Lapis. Let's try Sidus. One more. Oh, the little knob's missing. Oh, it's right up here. Grab the knob, put it in there, open that up. Alternate reality view again. The only word we haven't used is lapis. And now the track will line up. Now we need something to go in there. Let's go over to his desk over here. Right, and let's try opening the drawer. Okay, pull it down on that. And hanging behind there is the key. But it's not quite ready yet. Again, manipulate. Now that kind of matches. You see the locks unlock. Kind of fun to watch. And now I can. Oh, I get that. That's nice. It gives me a handle. Open it up like a big grill. Try to conquer the whole map of Europe. You can only move between the countries linked with the grooves. Remember that you can only conquer a country if your army is larger. You start in Sardinia with 44 soldiers. That reminds me, there's something. There's another scroll we can read that I think explains the globe. So let's do it now. When I first encountered the Duke Borgia, I was amazed both by his intelligence and the cruelty he knew how to wield. He could not perceive any obstacle to his ambition. With the honors and the authority which he bestowed upon me, I could have foreseen that our bond would be very difficult to break. I created for him a mechanical toy built into the globe that perfectly represents his soul. It was meant to appease him and to help me get free from his service. The Duke did finally grant me my release, but what I did not know at the time was that it will not be so easy to leave someone else. Leonardo da Vinci. So, this was a toy, and as you might guess, it's a war game for our, cruel war commander. And as the slide states, we start here. Sardinia is ours. We have 44 soldiers. Attackable cities are the ones with pedestals, and if you look at the pedestals, you can see the flags of those areas. And the counters show how many soldiers are at each one. It says I can only attack between adjacent cities connected by grooves. And I can only conquer a country if my total is higher than their total. So for the first move, it's pretty simple. There's only one real move. Attack him. And it has 71 soldiers. Now, the key to this puzzle is it's pretty simple. Imagine you are playing Risk. You always go for the weakest opponent. In this case, my weakest adjacent opponent is this 55 city, so I'll attack him. 103. Let's go for the weakest. 32. 116. Let's go for the weakest. They all get reduced to 33, but I've now captured Italy. And instead of more playing pieces, I get this. What do I do with this? Let's go back to his desk. Now, you might notice that these two knobs, that this one is locked into place. This one is not. We'll slide you over. That will unlock this one. We'll slide you over. I'll slide you. Now I can open you. I'll do both at the same time, I believe. That looks kind of like they'll fit that. Put that in, and now the two gold petals of the flower I got to push out. And for my trouble, I get another playing piece. Let's go back to our game. Our game within a game. There's only one city that this playing piece can fit on. And then success! Italy is yours. However, you now face a new challenge. The territory is located to the north and to the east of Italy. Prove your strategic thinking and conquer these territories in your kingdom. By the way, the slots on top of the game pieces, if you lose a battle, you will raise the white flag. Kind of cute, but... Okay, my weakest opponent is this 32 guy. Barely. Now my weakest opponent is this 28 guy. Now my weakest opponent is this 48 guy. He's going to be a problem with 457. Now my weakest opponent is this 58 guy. And now the rest of the game board unlocks. The numbers change. You are doing well, and you show the abilities of a great commander. Go on to conquer the rest of Europe. Your goal is to reach Africa. Africa with 715. Right now, my weakest opponent is 91 here. Come on. Grab you. Now my weakest opponent is this 114. Now my weakest opponent is this 46. Now my weakest opponent is this 142. And now my weakest opponent is this 339. 87. This 389. And this 457. And now I have a 723 versus his 715. And for my trouble, I get the key to that box out there, to our siege tower. That unlocks the clamp. Now I can spin. Now I can freely rotate you. Open up this compartment. Take out this thing. He looks like he might be able to hold it. Spin the thing back around. And this next part might take a smidge. What you're supposed to do is use the markings on the lens to line up your shot. The problem is, where do you stand to view it? I always get this wrong, but we'll work through this together. Pull the spoon down. Pull the lever to release the rock. Pull the handle and let's watch. Just a hair to the left of the thing, so move you a smidge to the right. Luckily, you can do this as many times as you need. A little bit overcorrected. By the way, there is an achievement if you shoot this so many times. I think it's either 3 or 5 times. So getting it wrong repeatedly at first, nailed it, can be a good thing. Let's head to what I call the altar. You'll see why. Kind of looks like an altar. And sitting there on the altar is this triangular shape. Let's put it in the triangular slot. Boy, we're doing preschool shape puzzles now. You might notice the slot. Let's pull this down. Opens up this box. I need them in 4, 2, 1, 3. But they're in 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to move some of these around to get what I want. So, let's... I can store 2. So let's store you. Slide you over. Let's store you. Push you to the side. Push you to the side. Put you in your proper slot. That bolt retracts. Slide you down and into this save slot. Slide you over. That bolt retracts. Slide you up and over. That bolt retracts. Rotate you. Slide you up. I said slide you up and over. And that takes care of you. Okay. I think it's pretty clear. Slide this one forward. Slide this one back to unlock you. I can grab the square block. I wonder where the square block goes. Probably the square slot. Notice that indents allows you to slide these to the center. And we have another one of these. Now notice both position and the orientation of your symbol matters. In this case, orientation is not a problem because you can't really mess it up. But the trick is you can actually put 2 of these in the notch. Get you out of the way. Now I have the 2 in the way here, but I'll slide the 3 on over. Put the 2 up and over. And slide you over. See what's next. Okay. Now, notice that prevents that from turning, so I'll slide this to one side. Turn this one away. That will release that. Turn this back. Slide that the other way. Turn this one around. Now I can use. Now I'm going to slide these in. Well, there's the ball or circle one, but it's kind of exploded. I can just push those in. Find the circle slot. he pops out. There's no slot down, but I can turn him around. And this is either going to be real short or real long. Sometimes I can do this really quick. Sometimes, well, not so much. As you'll see, this time orientation does matter. Remember, I slide him all the way down. Now... yeah. You see the problem. And I stumbled into see, we're gonna be on the long run today. Or maybe not. Not my best, but it worked. Now we following the arrows on the thing. Move that one down. Move this one up. Slide you over. Grab the handle. Slide you over. Make sure you're all the way. Are you satisfied now, game? Pull you out, and it explodes. And this cruelly explodes as soon as I pull it out. Line it up. Or so you can just crank it in. There we go. Find this slot. Oh, that slot is blocked. No, that slot is blocked. Let's just push the button. That was simple enough. Slide you in. Now I want to get the center free. You go down. Maybe you can slide you that way, you that way. You that way. Oh, there are rules to this. Okay. Tell you, when it works, it's a thing of beauty. As are most things. Now, what's wrong is those are out of alignment to open this drawer. And this controls which one of these I'm turning. This big knob actually turns it. And I get this for my efforts. Well, that goes in this slot here. Give it a good old cranky crank. Now it's time to start switching between alternate reality and real reality and virtual reality at the same time. So, that shape. That's right. That's left, okay. So the right one is 3. Is that alternate reality reveals the answer and the combination lock. 3 plus 2 is 5. Now, the triangle's at the top, the square's at the bottom. The triangle wants 4. And the square wants 10. Minus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. Come on. And here I get my final, the diamond. Stick you in there. Pull out this handle. Pull out this thing. Kind of like a... Oh, that measures the indentation on the desk or altar. Put that there. And you notice if I turn it, like a trolley handle, it rotates those things. But what to set it to? It's time for our good friend, alternate vision. I want the one on the left to be that thing. And that one was already set, hey, by chance. Now this one, you're going to have to bend over. I know bad in VR, but... And see how the ornamentation on the front kind of matches those towers. And if I remember right, that one is 2 from the top. That one is 3 from the top. 2 from the top. 3 from the top. Be nice and raise up for me. And now we rotate, but no, it's not rotating the mini church, but it's rotating this ring. This ring hides the key. And now I can manipulate these steeples. But how? Well, let's learn from Leonardo himself. And at first, I thought that this was a exercise in following a pattern. But no, you just need the final positions. Just must not be the final positions. The curse of the Let's Play. I did this beautifully in practice. There. There we go. Pull that down. You can try starting this by pressing down on that. But something doesn't appear to be right. You may have already noticed by now, there's a gear sitting on top of it. Let's fix this and try it again. Take these and take you over to here. And if that was the altar, this is the confessional. Pull you out. Hang you on the hook. And the weight opens you up. Go inside the confessional. Notice the gate. The door closes behind you. You're not going back. Okay, we have some things in front of us. We have a scroll, for one. With great passion and determination, I am starting my new work. This will be a large fresco in the great hall of the Palazzo Vecchio, where I will capture the victory of Florence over Milan in the Battle of Anghiari. I will also use it to verify the knowledge I have gained by studying the human eye. The machine is called a camera obscura. When images penetrate through a small hole into the dark space, you can see them on a white panel in front of us. In all their shapes and colors, the same thing happens inside the pupil of the eye. For all animals, the ability to see is mediated by the light. The pupil changes size according to the light or darkness it perceives. Nature protects the pupil against a sudden rush of light by closing it just as a man will do by shuttering a window in his home when the sun becomes too bright. Leonardo da Vinci. You can turn these, but you don't know what you're doing yet. You can pull this handle, and when you do, the curtain closes, for one. Revealing the camera obscura picture. This must be the fresco he was talking about. And to find out what to do, again, alternate reality, alternate vision. I like how it even highlights the knobs where you can see them while you're doing this. Use that to line the figures up. And the door opens. And for some unknown reason, it also causes all the model soldiers to retreat. We can proceed onward. This base here. And we have a note. If you are reading this letter, it means that circumstances did not allow me to come back to the workshop, and that my concerns are confirmed. Great danger confronts not only my latest work, but the knowledge I have gained throughout my entire life. But you must continue. I beg you not to leave the way now. Follow the signs and tracks I've left for you. And he means that quite literally. Because now, he'll go over to a control that you have no control over. And now you can see the true image you are trying to recreate. See, if I turn this off, you notice the knob for us is missing. But he can turn it for us. Now, we need to recreate the Vitruvian Man so that all the rings line up. And the outermost ring we cannot move. And for our trouble, we get, after we pull the lever aside, we can take the chalice and pull it out. And now we can take the chalice. Taking the chalice itself doesn't do anything, but it does open up a secret passage. See us drop it. And now we can proceed into the secret passage. Pull this lever down, and that will turn on the lights. And now down the creepy looking spiral stairs with no railing. And that will endeth the chapter. And that is actually chapters 3 of 6. So we're about halfway through our game. And we did that in 42 minutes. Hey! But it's time for a halftime break. See you later.